Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you. I know some of you are probably out there enjoying Final Fantasy VII. We are about to pick up our adventure in Pokemon Fire Red. Let me just adjust some stuff. There we go. Let me check our the results of our Twitter poll here real quick. All right. Pretty unanimous here. The winner of the poll is Horsey, meaning we got to add a Horsey to our team. Now, I've been preparing a little bit. We got a Seadra. So, I went ahead and raised up all potential candidates. I raised up a Poliwag to a Poliwhirl, Horsey to a Seadra, and a Shelter. In the event we needed it. Looks like Seadra won. You'll also notice our levels are pretty uneven across the board now. Chiding learned Swords Dance. Mentalo got Psychic and Shockwave. And also I taught him Dream Eater. Wigglytuff got Shadow Ball. That one's going to be fun. Oh, and Double Team. And Gorham, our Nidoking, got Rock Slide. I am on Fire Red. Thank you, Harsh. Also, Ivysaur only needs like one level to evolve. And that's been bothering me in all the time I've had between sessions, which was, I guess it was Monday. I've just been wanting to evolve him so bad. Seadra also doesn't have a nickname yet, so if anyone has a good nickname, drop it in chat. And I'll do my best to pick the best. It might be your internet, Harsh. I'm not getting anything on my end that says we're having trouble. Let me double check. Of those bad boys. I've already got some revives. Let's get some full heals. A nickname for our Seadra. A Lady Seadra. Would love to evolve it into a Kingdra at some point. The webcam is lagging out. Interesting. Interesting. I'll have to double check on the recording and see what we got. What did the Abra say to Kadabra? Say your prayers and eat your vitamins, brother. I don't know. As I feared, this whole area is actually not good for me to be training Ivysaur. It said Abra because Pokemon can only say their name. Yeah, okay. It was pretty good. How you been, Panda? Have a decent rest of your week? Oh, dang it. That's Eradicate. Been going okay. Going cabin crazy. But Persona 5 The Royal is helping. Well, that's good. That sounds like a game a lot of people are enjoying. I have a friend, Steve, who's really... I think this is like his third copy, he said, of Persona 5 that he has. So clearly it's a game people are enjoying. So much that they like it over Persona 5. The only nickname you have is Claire, and but you're unoriginal. Claire's not a bad one, because considering that Claire messes everyone up with her Kingdra in Blackthorn, it's not a bad nickname choice. The Royal is basically the original game with more content and quality of life. Yeah, so it's understandable that people would like that over the original. I could just keep Razor Leafing, right? Mystery the Seahorse, because of the SpongeBob reference. What about Majesty or Debbie? You think everyone just likes Kasumi? If I knew who that was, I might agree with you. You named your Dragolage Mystery because of that. That's not a bad nickname. It's not a bad naming convention. Oh, hey Jerry. Maelstrom's a good one. Keeping that in the old back burner here. Nidoking is really fast, right? Kasumi's a first year that they added as someone you can recruit to your team. So if I Google Persona 5 Kasumi and just look at... Well, that didn't help anything. Images. Ah. I see how people... Yeah, I get it now. I'm smelling what you're stepping in. I'm picking up what you're laying down. They're fast and powerful, but can't take damage. Yeah, they're pretty fragile. They're great for Gen 1 speedruns. I will agree with you there. and because of Thrash and their strangely special move pool. Yeah, it's so weird, isn't it? Like, Nidoqueen and Nidoking can get Surf and all the elemental moves. And I think Psychic, maybe? They're weird. The Nidos are weird. Oops. And like mine knows a fighting type move and a rock type move, so eat your heart out. And there's Sprout's evolution. Sprout's is. Did I know that Nidoking and Nidoqueen were planned as pseudo-legendaries along with Arcanine? You know, that makes sense with their stats. I could see that. Sprouts evolved into Venusaur. Yeah, and I will agree with Harsh. I knew Arcanine. I knew about Arcanine being pseudo-legendary, but I had not heard about the Nidos. But that's some pretty Nido information, if true. Unfortunately, this is the worst place imaginable for Venusaur. Siege's really powerful, though, so I'm kind of excited about that. I will say, even if it's speculation, it's info that, like, almost works. It's info that I would tend to almost believe because of the varying move pool remark. But Arcanine doesn't have a variable move pool. Arcanine is very one-trick pony almost. I mean, yeah, it gets, like... I think in later games it gets Thunderfang. But not a lot else. That's gonna hurt. Alright, Carol. Let's see what that Shadow Ball can do. Because Ghost is physical in this generation. Damn it. Silph Co is expensive. On my assets, it's expensive. Ooh, Mega Horn. Oh crap, I guess we're getting rid of Horn Attack. Mega Horn's just too good. Oh my god, Harsh. I love those interviews from Justin Turner. Cause like up until he started working for Game Freak, they've been very tight-lipped about a lot of stuff. And so just hearing one of the creature designers come out and be like, "Yeah, this is what I was thinking with this design, or this is what I was told to do." It's like, that's so cool. We're finally getting a peek behind the curtain. I should probably use these. Farfetch'd is fine. No, Farfetch'd needs more attack. Farfetch'd needs to be like hitting like a truck. Iron is defense. Wigglytuff needs to be getting hit like a truck. I should be fine with Kadabra as long as I don't swap in for more self-destruct. Oh, this is where to get Thunderwave. He deleted a lot of his tweets where he talked about design inspirations after that one dude on Twitter that spans the same Pokemon origin information kept tweeting it out and making it public. So I loved that Twitter account. I loved the information that they shared, but like it felt like they didn't have anything new. They just kept giving us the same 5 pieces of Pokemon information, and it's like, we can kind of guess most of that. Oh yeah, and not everything will be revealed in Pokemon Panda. The reason with Lance, I can only assume the whole Dragonite thing is just because they had to make him a challenge, and having him have, you know, Dragonites was a challenge. Having him have Dragonairs would not have been a challenge. So why was Whitney super annoying? Because she was young. She was, I believe, between her and Flannery were some of the younger gym leaders. Although, now that I think about it, most gym leaders in Gen 2 were babies. Faulkner is a baby. Bugsy was a baby. Whitney was a baby. Morty's like maybe in his 20s or maybe 30s. I'm not quite sure. Jasmine is a baby. There were very young gym leaders in Gen 2. So I think that's why Whitney was very annoying. Or if you mean annoying in the sense that she's difficult, Miltank. Why did Charizard teach at Tackle? Japanese translation error. It's the same design process behind like that trading card where you see Cubone take off its skull. It's not really happening. It's not like really confirmed that it can like lift up its skull like a hat and be like, hey, look, I got something under here. But the designers of that trading card, I think it was Topps trading cards, the designer of that card decided that that's what he wanted to do. Exactly, Harsh. Because anime. Questioning the logic of the Pokemon anime is never a good life choice. I get poisoned so often. Now, Harsh, I got a question for you. I can't trade with Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald. Can I trade with Colosseum? Or do I need to beat the game to trade with Colosseum? Thunder Armor. I liked Thunder Armor. Maybe they saw Charizard hitting it with its body and were like, it's a tackle! Okay, so I have to... So even to trade with Colosseum, I have to do the Ruby and the Sapphire. It's kind of bumming. Kind of bums me out on that one. Kind of hoping to get an Alakazam before the Elite Four. My wife doesn't have any of these games, and I only have this one. I never doubled up on Fire Red and Leaf Green. My best friend has Leaf Green, but we're in the quarantine. They were super restrictive with trading, because I think they made it that way because people couldn't always trade between the first gen, you know, from Gen 1 to Gen 2. So they were like, hey, let's make it impossible for people to trade Gen 2 to Gen 3 all around. Oh, this is the right one. Need a quarantine for all the Valorant streams. I have not gotten into that game. I've seen parts of it. I'm just like, I can't do it. You'll mail me your copy of Leaf Green. Easy peasy. I could not ask you to do that. I'll bug my best friend, see if he can. I could also always just like get a $5 repro cart on eBay, but I don't like reproductions. Yeah, they stopped being so restrictive in Gen 4 since you could trade with other games after just obtaining the decks. You know, I forgot Paladins was a game, Panda. I also sometimes forget Overwatch is a game. And I don't feel bad saying that. Most people forget about paladins. Haven't played Overwatch in a long time. Don't you remember, though, Harsh? They were pretty restrictive in Gens 1 and 2. Gen 1, you had to enter Critique, and you couldn't send a Pokemon back if it had a move that didn't exist, or a hold item. So, like, I mean, the hold item made sense, but if you had a Gyarados you wanted to send back, you couldn't send it back if it knew Waterfall or Whirlpool. And, you know, that kind of made it, you know, difficult. It was easy to send forward, but it was almost like, hey, I'll just send a Caterpie back so I can get that. I think you could trade with other Gen 2 games. So yeah, the Gen 2 games you could trade. Gen 1 to Gen 1 you could trade, Gen 2 to Gen 2 you could trade, but Gen 1 to Gen 2 was the restrictive part. And I think that's why they're kind of anal about it with this generation. They don't want you to bring in, you know, your Blaziken. They don't want you to bring in your Blaziken that has incredible stats and just sweep through everything. I think they also hadn't figured out how to make the Pokedex work like that, where you could bring something in that wasn't part of the dex yet. Whereas later games, you could bring in a Charizard to Unova, and you'd be fine. Hashtag HypnoLove. Yeah, they realized it was a stupid design choice, I think, and as such, we have what we have now, where it doesn't matter. They'll just cut parts of the national dex. It's a pretty picture of a Pokemon. Looks like it's feeling good. Oh, hey, there's a max potion. There's not much else to do here in Silph. I could battle everyone, but I found the way really quick. I actually don't think I've ever found it that fast. Didn't matter as a kid. You didn't have a Pokemon friends to trade with or link cable. I think I had the link cable, but I never had anyone to trade with. Up until Fire Red and Leaf Green came out, a group of us in our theater program, the drama club, we would get together and trade and battle and have it like, okay, who's got so far this day? Who got so far this day? It was kind of fun, but like not really. You were just stuck with Haunter and Gengar on pre-Gen 4 game. Oh, Haunter and Kadabra. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, Kadabra's, you know, owning its, like, bleh. Kadabra's kicking butt all by itself. I don't think you miss much going between Kadabra and Alakazam, except just a even larger increase on your special attack. Horse crap. Excuse me. Kadabra's great. Felt lame not being able to evolve it because of the restriction. Not lame. Trust me, not lame. The link cable was kind of like a paywall. Actually, yeah, I can see that. I think I still have my link cable. I remember the Game Boy Color ones were crap. Also, I don't understand why people are complaining about paid DLC in Sword and Shield. There's not that many games out there that do unpaid free DLC. Monster Hunter World is like the only game I know that does free DLC. You know, Kingdom Hearts was, excuse me, I have like just the itchiest nose today. Kingdom Hearts was paid DLC. Final Fantasy VII is going to be all paid DLC. Free DLC just doesn't hardly exist anymore. Animal Crossing? Yes. But it's an update, not a DLC. I think what people were hoping is that it was going to be an update to the game, when it was not. And I get it. I mean, I'm not happy about having to buy it, but I mean, it looks like it's going to be significantly better than the main area. With us playing Borderlands 3, the Guns, Love, and Tentacles DLC, DLC number 2, you had to buy it, but it's infinitely better so far than the DLC than the first DLC we had, and also the main game. Like, I'm happy to have paid $15 for a 4-pack of DLC if it meant the DLC was going to be good. I might eat my words when it comes to Pokemon. You never know. But I think the concept of adding new areas to a game in Pokemon, brilliant. It's going to be great. Just build off this Pokemon game for years. You know, after the Frozen Tundra and the Isle of Armor... Oh, Crown Tundra and the Isle of Armor. You know, give us, like, an expansion centered around the Battle Frontier. You know, a rich mogul has built the Battle Frontier on a remote island just off the coast of Galar. Something like that would be so cool. Have it involve story. Have it be like the battle area from Platinum. Because I thought that was cool. The battle area was great. Oh, absolutely harsh. I 100% think that's the reason. Yeah, you couldn't get Crobat, you couldn't get a Steelix, you couldn't get Scizor, Slowking, other trade evolution Pokemon, Kingdra, I think I said. You know, and the evolutions you couldn't get. So, like, I get it. I'm glad they didn't do that in Heart Gold, Soul Silver and just made it like, oh, hey, Piloswine's in this game. He can learn Ancient Power and evolve. It'll be great. It'll be fun. We'll have fun. Heart Gold and Soul Silver took the Pokemon franchise and was like, hey, let's have fun. Oh, Blissey. No, I said Blissey. No, that sounds similar. I'm talking about Blissey, the Queen Chonk. Or King. Alright, Sprouts is still a little on the up and up when it comes to levels. So let's send out your bigger form. Espeon and Umbreon were weird, weren't they? You had to take them into Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald to do the clock, right? They did have a time mechanic, they just didn't have a day and night mechanic. Unlike Ruby, Sapphire, or unlike Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Again, we come back to just the fact that Gen 2 was just... Yeah, Gen 3, it's impossible to evolve them without trading. Which is fine, I mean... Most people don't need a dark type in this game. Seadra. I just get poisoned so frequently, so easy. Alright, so let's just do this quick. Does he have escape ropes? Several. I think this is 100% the reason why I keep escape ropes. Team Rocket took off. We can safely leave. I want to go see if anyone can learn Mimic. I think I know that Kadabra can, but I don't think I want Kadabra to learn it. I guess she doesn't teach me Mimic. I thought she did. I thought you could learn Mimic. Perhaps I was mistaken. I'll come back later. All right, Sabrina time. I think I'm going to keep Sprouts at the front for a while. See how these trainers are in terms of their power. Poor Slowpokes. Ah, but we have the Slowbro. Well, Slowbro, you tried your best. I tried to let you survive as long as possible, but you dead. Oh, my hair is getting so floofy. So we can pretty handily take down Kadabra. So how have you been this week, Harsh? Playing anything fun? I'm just looking at my team comps again from the last couple seasons of Pokemon. And it's just so funny, the teams I ended up choosing. Also, I beat Yellow in October of 2017, Crystal in April of 2018, Emerald in October of 2019, and now April of 2020. We're going to beat the next one. I think it's just kind of funny how it all works out. Oh, playing Psychonauts. Didn't that have a new part of the story that came out recently? A new game, I guess, is what normal people would call that. Don't know why I'm weird. I've heard nothing but good things about Psychonauts. Oh yeah, I know what Psychonauts is. I believe I've played it myself. I was just asking because I thought they had a sequel to Psychonauts that came out relatively recently. I'm gonna fight this lady. I'm gonna start bringing Wigglytuff in. Turn our Puff into a Tuff. I did notice that, and I like the voice cast in it. It reminds me a lot of Tak and the Power of Juju. There is a Psychonauts 2. Okay. It's pretty cool. Replaying it for the first time since childhood. I do that more than I play new games, I think. Like, for example, I'm playing this instead of playing the Final Fantasy VII Remake right now. But you know, that game just came out, and it's not going anywhere. I can play it whenever. And I'm also still trying to beat Final Fantasy 15. I'm going in such a weird order. Excuse me. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad, honey. How are you feeling? We had some fish tonight, courtesy of my wife's mother, and it did not sit well with me. I should say, the fish she picked up from a semi-local fish provider. Our usual place wasn't open, so. Slash, her dad hasn't been fishing right now, so he didn't have any he could prepare. Normally, that's how we would do it. Bad about playing new games too, Harsh. There's just like, you know, I want to invest time in a new game, but there's just some that make me feel so comfortable. Does mean I have quite the backlog built up. You just speedrun Scooby-Doo all the time instead of playing new games. Hey, that's perfecting a craft, though. Okay, I've been this way. Now it's time to figure out where I'm going wrong. And we're back at the beginning. I feel like usually I just luck my way into Sabrina's room. I know the pattern. It's not that one. Worked on a 100% detailed tutorial for the past 2 months. And you finished it yesterday? Nice. So is it like a video that you uploaded? Come on, Colin. This? Oh, this is bothering me. Oh my god. I am usually good at this. There we go. Jeez. And how is that so hard? Huh. I might have to check that out. Sounds really interesting. I'm gonna set up some double teams so I can survive. Since it just wants to calm mind. Carol, you are a tank. Hopefully you'll inspire at least one person to speedrun it. Hopefully. Who holds the... Do you hold the record for that game? Or is there like actually a community out there behind it? Oh my god. Alternative paths and glitches. Oh, suck it, Venomoth. You're a great Pokemon, but you're not a psychic type. I don't know why she uses it. I always thought her team in yellow was a little more threatening, if I remember correctly. She had a lot of Pokemon. It was like Abracadabra, Mr. Mime, Alakazam, and something else. Her Abra was easy, though. What was her team in yellow? Sabrina's team in Pokemon Yellow. Oh no, it was just Abracadabra and Alakazam, which her Abra only knew Teleport and Flash. So her Abra was terrible and was like the easiest thing to build up and set up on. Oh, you're in 4th place? That's actually really freaking cool. Yeah, for a 100%, that's commendable. That's commendable. All right, I have a nougat. I thought it had something more. Guess I was wrong. So that was an easy badge. Let's try and go after Blaine next. Oh my god, the world record is 2 hours and 4 minutes to beat the game? 100%? And you're at 2 hours and 22 minutes. Okay, that's crazy. That there can be that just little of a discrepancy. Oh, this is the freaking 18. Magikarps. Gonna open up a nut shop and call it Cash You Outside, Den. I like it. Long story short, RNG sucks. You're talking to the guy who's playing Pokemon. If there's one thing I hate in the world, it's RNG. Also, I just realized I was using Giga Drain the whole time. The game can easily be sub 2 hours. That's just... And this is 100%, right? Like, you have to get all the Scooby snacks and things like that. Because that just seems wrong. Oh, this guy just has all Magikarp. You get the enjoyment of the name Cash Me Outside and the enjoyment of nuts. Yeah, I can see that. Okay, I hate this. I hate in this gen that you can't talk to them while you're surfing in front of them. You have to land. The later stuff was a better addition. Seeking would have been a good water type to use if I had thought about it. But I don't know if anyone's actually ever used a Seeking. That's so interesting, though, that 100% is the category people tend to do on... that's Night of 100 Frights, right? Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights. The any percent just has an awful skip. Is it just a skip that's no fun or is hard? It's 25 minutes. Oh my god. Cedra, this is not necessarily going to be your area. The next gym is all going to be Cedra. And most of Victory Road. Speaking of Cedra... 100% completion is not a popular category. You know, I think I can see why. Oh, wow, they both survived. It's just invisible wall collisions. A swimmer. I'll get in his path. And then he will have to fight me. Fight me, bro. Bro, fight me. My name is Tom Ato. I don't remember what episode of the anime that was. But it sounds like a dumb one. Yeah, we'll switch out here. And then I'm gonna, after I get done with this battle, I'm gonna stand up and figure out what the heck is making my nose itch like this. We'll take a quick ad break. If that's all right, I do apologize. We'll be right back in just a moment. All right, y'all, hands down. Give me a name, or give me a number here. How much of that ad break was Final Fantasy VII Remake ads? Probably most of it, right? Wasn't Brock's name like Caesar Salad? It was! His fake name was Caesar Salad. And yeah, it was, I think, the episode where they find the ninjas. And there's the ninjas that have the Electabuzz and the ninjas that have the Scythers, and it's all really, really some strange stuff. Pokemon is weird. All of it. Cool. My Twitch ads are even drinking the Kool-Aid. Oh, you didn't get any ads? Okay. Oh boy, a Cloyster too. I almost had this as my water type. Actually, to be completely fair, Cloyster was polling dead last with 12.5%. 50% of the people that voted in the poll said Horsey, and 37.5% of the people that voted said Poliwag, which was surprising to me. I didn't think that many people liked Poliwag. No, Harsh isn't subbed. May have an ad blocker. No, that is weird then. Oh yeah, for some reason the app doesn't really like giving ads, I guess. It works on like when you open up my stream, it gives you an ad. And then I guess this doesn't show another one because I have it up on a second monitor and it showed on the computer but not on the app. Twitch gonna Twitch. Alright, let's suck Goldeen dry. Didn't even get all our health back from that. Oops, there's more trainers. I got nothing for this. Chiding. Yeah, that's the one that Twitch always puts. I mean, I only run it so it's not like dead air. Any residual I make from it just gets pumped back into the stream because I am not a full-timer. Oh, come on, Chiding. I'm just gonna call you Ducks. I like Ducks better. to be fair, it's probably allergies that are making my nose itch really bad because we had a beautiful, sunny, almost 70-degree day, and then it snowed the next day. Ohio's crazy. Ooh, 3 Pokemon on this guy. Whatever will we do? Oh, and he's got a Seadra too. I for one was very sad when I found out Seadra only had access to Poison Point as an ability. I really wanted something like Swift Swim, maybe. I thought would be kind of nice. Right now, this guy's in a triathlon. My other Pokemon are just so powerful. Everyone's level 44. Except Sprouts and unnamed Seadra game. Untitled Seadra project. But I think Harsh gave us a pretty good name. So since I'm not doing this as a Nuzlocke, what qualifies beating this game? Is it just if I beat the Elite Four? This is Maelstrom now. Completing the national dex. Ha! Great joke. Next suggestion. I don't do that, Panda. To me, I don't complete the national dex. I don't have any burning desire whatsoever to have them all. Blaine is an odd fellow? He sure is, lady. Ah, that was a seed. Only did it in Ultramoon for the shiny charm. See, that's a good reason to. But in most other games, most early games even, it was just a certificate. I think in Emerald you could get a Johto starter. A singular Johto starter. Which is great until, you know, you want the other starters. Damn it. I guess I'm rain dancing. You know, I think I'm going to catch Chonkrat. I don't need to, but I want the experience share. Oh, it's a Charmander! Aw, Surf. That is your fate. Oh, and you brought a friend. It's a Charmeleon? Surf. Sorry, Arnie. No, oh well, I tried. I tried to get Bite Rat. Nice. Just another number. That was one step. I thought there were gonna be more fire types in here. Not a great type matchup. I'm looking through here, seeing if there's anything worth catching. There's 5% chance for a Weezing. So boot it. Nah, I'm not even gonna switch out. Crit? I tend to think it was this one. I was wrong. Growlithe. If I had a need for you. No fire types on this team. I think. Yes. I don't have a fire type. Which is fine. I have multiple other ways to take care of things that aren't... Take care of things that fire is super effective against, is what I'm trying to say. For example, grass, flying, ice, ground rock. I think that's it. Like, I have Farfetch'd. Farfetch'd is best fetched. I'm sorry, that's a lie. Surfetch'd is best fetch. Best fetched. Okay, Siege's powerful. There shouldn't be anyone here. Have you noticed the burglars? Bro? Forgot about self-destruct. Let's get Seadra back up. Does Seadra still have a triangle snout? Kind of. That's the one thing I remember. Seadra always had a weird mouth shape. Hey, there's that 5% wheezing chance. It's a pretty good chance. Almost used a Master Ball. That would have been horrible. Not the worst thing I've ever used it on. What's that put our Pokedex at? 41 out of 112. So I think for Blaine, I'm gonna have to use a Rain Dance strategy. I have to have Maelstrom set up with Rain Dance, and then probably stay in the entire time and not die. That's gonna be a big challenge. Well, I apologize for the yawning. It's been a long day. Nay, a week. Alright, let's see what Surf does on a Magnemite. Oh! Okay, you know, I was actually expecting worse. That exceeded expectations. That did not, however. Sorry, I was checking on something. Oh man, they included the DS startup sound effect. That's a nostalgia trip. You know, when you would start up the DS and would do the ba-ba-ba-ba. That's the good stuff right there. Get free item. Come on. Oh yeah, the Game Boy startup is just... I think Nintendo in general just has good startup noises. Even the Switch is like... It's pretty good. You know, let's just try and... Thin balloon-like body is inflated by its horribly toxic gases. It reeks when it's nearby. Oh, I've already filled up one box. It's fantastic. Solar beam. No, secret key. Down here is solar beam. Ditto. I already have one of you. I don't remember where I caught you. Alright, let's get out of here and back on Cinnabon. Now the question I have, can I just... Yeah, okay, I can just fight these guys. Because I hated in the original you had to answer questions and get them purposely wrong in order to fight these guys. For the peons, let's see if we can't just water pulse our way through. Okay, Ninetales I gotta use Surf, I think. Actually, let's find out. I might be able to Water Pulse a Ninetales. Pretty close. Oh, but it's just an idiot. I feel like I haven't learned a new move on Seadra in a while. According to Cerebi, Fire Red Leaf Green, it should learn Agility at 40. I guess Agility would be fine over Smokescreen. Hydro Pump at 51, Dragon Dance at 62. It's almost an 11 level gap per move. $29 to $40, $40 to $51, and $51 to $62. It's quite sizable. The real question, though, can it learn Ice Beam? It can. Not really that many other TMs. It can learn Mimic, though, so that's something. Oh, the Twitch mobile app absolutely sucks. I don't feel bad saying that at all. I tried to support my friend Vengeful Torture by having his stream up. Just as audio as I drove to work for an interview, shooting an interview rather, and it just wouldn't play his stream at all. So yeah, the Twitch app on the phone is just bad. There we go. Giant poof ball achieved. Charmander. Oh, heck yeah. Of course I went with Maelstrom Harsh. It was a cool name. And I can't remember if I actually spelled it wrong, but I liked M-A-E-L as a name, just like male. So I went with Maelstrom. You tired, dear? Yeah. The M looks really bad. It also looks like I wrote Maelstron. Or Hailstrin. Okay, here's where the level gap gets interesting. Probably just a sizing issue with the engine. More than likely. Hey, it's a nerd named Derek. Oh, good. The Sinnoh Lo-Fi's got a long time left. Maelstrom's level 39! Just one more level and we'll get agility. Which will actually be really good. Yep, one more trainer. And then Blaine. And I'm going to use an Ether, I think. As opposed to just going all the way out to heal. I'd rather do the Ether early on before the battle than in the battle itself. Alright, Hyper Potion. Not even really worth it. Do I have a berry that would be better to use right here? One Oran berry. We'll heal it just enough. You know what? I'm actually going to give him a citrus berry, or her. Give her a citrus berry. My one and only citrus berry. You better have burn heal. I have full heal. Because there's never been a reason to carry burn heal in the game. Alright. Growlithe is going to be a good setup, I think. Let's rain dance. Okay. I bet I can take Growlithe out with a Rain Dance Water Pulse. I bet I could do most of them with that, but I have to use Surf on Arcanine. I know I have to do that. I think we're good. We should be able to live a Fire Blast. Oh, yeah. Easy peasy. Arcanine might wreck our shit, but, you know, at least we made it through 3 of 4. I only wish I had Baton Pass. I would love to do, some agility, maybe some Dragon Dance setup, and then Baton Pass it right off into someone who could do better. Oh my god, we're faster than Arcanine. Yes! I think that was possibly the easiest a gym has gone since Brock. Actually, Erica. You know, a lot of the gyms in this run have actually been easy. Koga, I think, was the only one I had legit trouble with. But Arcanine has extreme speed. It didn't use it. I don't think Blaine made it so that his has that. Sure, let's go to the Sevi Islands and do side quests. Celio, I think is his name. Yeah, Panda, he didn't. I don't think he very well planned for his Arcanine. Wait, where does he live? Yeah, with Bite, Roar, Takedown, and Fire Blast, you'd think it would be formidable, but in reality, it's just not. Blaine seemed to be more about power. And if you use Rain Dance, you sincerely put him at disadvantage. Let's go see what's up at Cape Brink. I already know what's up. A good grass type move for our grass type friend. So for Frenzy Plant, I'm thinking I'm going to get rid of Leech Seed. Just 'cause. Also, it just made me laugh so much that this guy named his daughter Lostelle, and she's lost. I think that's the move relearner. For some reason, the move relearner is always a larger guy. Oh, revive. Now to 3 Island. Okay. Let's go help out the people of the island. Sprout, I'm sorry. I just don't think you're going to be much help. Sir, this is 3 Island. Please leave. Will you hurt yourself in confusion, Grimer? Nope. Why would they ever? Why would they ever? That's a pretty good special attack. I think that's upwards of Kadabras almost. Actually, let's double check, because I feel like that's actually pretty close to Kadabra's special attack. I don't know, Kadabra's got 122. Their poor boss is just sitting over here watching them all just get beat up. Ooh, it's a cue ball. Also, I think Koga's wheezing was harder than that. Oh, a smoke screen. Oh, no. Oh, okay. You actually did something to me, cue ball. Okay, well, my accuracy's down, and it's a muck, and it's probably going to minimize, so let's just bring in Mentalo. Calcium? The name does sound very familiar. How's it going? How you been? I feel like the last time it's been a while since you've been on stream, right? Can I pull up, like... Yeah, you've been following me since August of last year, it looks like. You been doing well? Now I'll put Venusaur back in the front. Holding up. Good. Honestly, that's about as good an answer as anyone can give these days. Been playing anything fun? What's in these houses? Ah, it's just excuses for me to get information on Sabrina. My wife is playing Animal Crossing. I'm like on a personal playthrough of Final Fantasy 15 because I wanted to try and beat it before 7 Remake came out. Didn't happen. So I'm still playing it. I'm having some fun with it. Playing that. Streaming Fire Red. That's really about it. I don't think I'm playing anything else at the moment. I really could make that just a touch bigger. I have all this real estate. You're stealing your friend's cherry blossom trees. If I remember correctly, those do look pretty cool in Animal Crossing. Man, I love Fire Red too. It's one of the games I think I played the least, all things considered, but it holds up for a remake of Red and Blue and Red and Green in Japan. It did the job back in the day. It modernized, and it allowed people to bring their favorites into the future generations because there was no backwards support for the original Game Boy cartridges. which I always thought there should have been. Played X and Y the most. You know, I actually know a lot of people that played X and Y a lot. I feel like it was because there was a connection between X and Y and Gen 1. People really, really loved X and Y because it was so close to what they had come to know in Generation 1. Also, it brought Pokemon like Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. But it was almost an entirely new story for what is it that Final Fantasy has been saying recently? It was a game for new and returning fans of the series. Whereas some Pokemon games aren't the best for new players. You know, X and Y and Fire Red and Leaf Green are those games that are like really good for new players. You enjoy shiny hunting in that game. So as someone who does that, what is the appeal in shiny hunting? I've never really felt the urge or had the drive to shiny hunt. It's just the flex of knowing you have that shiny, just being like, yeah, what up, I got it. And the payoff. Oh, of like hunting it down and finally getting it. Lady, these Ivysaurs should have evolved 4 levels ago. I just realized I never turned in the Warden's Teeth. I still don't have the Strength HM. Clearly the Strength HM, no use in the game other than Victory Road. Almost entirely missable. You've been resetting for... Oh, and Sun and Moon. Been resetting for a Rowlet for almost a year. Oh my gosh. At what point does it become easier to try and breed a shiny as opposed to picking one? There we go, Sprouts. I spy you, trainer. A Kingler. It would be so much easier, but you want to do it through resets since you've already been doing it this long. That makes sense. A Pokemon bit through that lady's swimsuit and she can't get out of the water. That's really unfortunate. You'd think it'd just be easier to get out of the water and like cover yourself with a Pokemon. She has a Kingler right in his giant damn claw. It'd be funny. Come on, Sprout. Are you gonna get bodied by a Bellsprout? She's hiding a couple somethings there, Calcium. Is Bulbasaur my favorite starter? Oh my god, paralyzed. No. In Gen 1, Squirtle's actually my favorite starter. But I had used... If you actually look on the twitch.tv/chocobos, you scroll down, you can see my previous teams. I used a fire type Typhlosion in Gen 2. I used a water type Swampert in Gen 3. So I opted to use a grass type for my Gen 1 redo. Even though I had used Venusaur already in Yellow. Oh my goodness. Good Friday fish. Not helping. Even though I'd already used Venusaur, I felt like I wanted to not repeat my types just yet. And save that for future generations. Because I think after this is going to be Platinum, and I don't know who I'm going to use in Platinum. Bulbasaur is an acquired taste. He's not bad. He hits a wall at a certain point. And then he's really great at the beginning, and then he's very below average because everything you're fighting is psychic or poison or like fire. And then he just ramps right back up at the Elite Four. Lorelei and Bruno and part of Lance. Ooh, growth. Oh, man. No, I don't think we're going to be learning growth right now. Is Chikorita the best Gen 2 starter? No. Is it the worst? No. I actually of the belief that there's not really a bad choice in Gen 2. I truly believe that every starter in Gen 2 is viable. And honest to God, I also don't think there's one that's better than the others. there's not objectively a better one, you know. Typhlosion is great, but a lot of the time, some of the stuff that there's some stuff he has a lot of trouble with, you know. Steel types are weak to fire, but a lot of the steel types could easily take out a fire type. Feraligatr is great. Probably the best water type in the region, a region that I might add. So overpopulated with water types. But water is all special in Gen 2, and Feraligatr's a physical attacker, so it doesn't really help him. Meganium has really great protective abilities. Like, it can learn barrier and light screen and reflect. Not barrier, reflect. And all these other really good moves. Synthesis and, you know, of course, all the spores. The stun spore, all the powders. So you're good there. Its grass pool of moves is severely lacking. I think the last grass move it gets is Solar Beam? Maybe? But then again, most grass types for the longest time didn't get anything good. So it's hard to... And like I said, there's not objectively a better starter in Gen 2. There's not a worse starter in Gen 2. They all have their merits, and they all have their disadvantages. Gen 3 Swampert is definitely the worst, I think. I'm not sorry. And don't get me wrong, I love Swampert. Swampert's great. But he's not the best. Honestly, I think I agree with you there, Cal. Trico is just pretty great. It's fast. It's a good grass attacker. Great variety of moves. And it doesn't suffer from like a terrible evolution. There are some people who will, you know, wring my neck and be like, "No, it's Torchic, you plebe." And to that I say, Torchic's not unique. Blaziken is now the single most ununique starter ever, because like how many other fire types came out after it that were like firefighting? A lot. You know what stayed great though? Grass types. Never had a bad grass type. Oh, Torterra was just better Venusaur in my opinion. I will say, I think Serperior might be the grass type I choose the least. Snivy. But also, that generation just is... There's so many better grass types in that game that if you want a grass type, your starter's not the one to use. Okay, so I actually really love Rillaboom. I just think Rillaboom's great. I don't need another Moonstone. I don't know what it is, but Rillaboom just... I liked the design of it. I'm really excited for Gigantamax Rillaboom. It's going to be stupid awesome. Yeah, honestly, grass types just look the coolest. They're all unique. Really? You think Inteleon is the best design? You may be the first person I've ever talked to who actually likes the design of Inteleon. I'll grind a little bit of Kindle Road here. But then I gotta get... Actually, you know what? No, I do have to call it a night here. I'm sorry. I have a job site I need to get out to in the AM. And I'm running D&D tomorrow in the PM. So, Sunday. Sunday, Kami Blade and I will be back for Radcraft, for a chill Sunday stream. And then Monday, probably more Pokemon. So, thank you all for hanging out. You have been most incredible. I will see you all. Oh, and Calcium, thank you so much for stopping back out. You know, I hope life's been going well for you. And yeah, take it easy, everyone. Have a good night.